Welcome to New Mexico Black Rifle Operators Union. I'm your host, Sean. Tonight, through my travels through the interwebs, YouTube specifically, I found an article, well, I guess you'd say a video, from someone who did something from SHOT Show 2022. And this rifle was brought up. It is an Aero Precision Chassis for a Remington 700 action. They are going to make different bolt faces for it. You're supposed to be able to headspace this all the way up to magnums and basically build a custom precision long range or precision rifle, however you want to frame that, or whatever you want to use that for. This is interesting to me because I have always wanted to try to build a bolt gun. One of my secret passions, I guess you could say, is I kind of gunsmith and tinker with my own stuff. But I try not to bubba things. I try to make them as professional as I can, but, you know, you can only learn so much by doing, and you can only learn so much by watching videos and stuff. But I'm very interested in this because it allows you to adjust for length of pull. The stock on this has comb and height adjustments, as well as, like I said, you could fold it. The bolt itself is supposed to have a reduced throw, so you can get repetitive motion. Any competitive shooter that I know, you want to be as consistent in every action you do to perform the best you can. Basically, you're reducing all the variables you possibly can. But to have a custom rifle that you yourself make, or the way it looks is that you could actually swap barrels as long as they're within the caliber range, if you know what I mean, like a short action or a long action or like a magnum type thing. You don't want to like back off too much head spacing, or in the magazine, if you're using one of those shorter actions trying to go fit a longer action round, you're basically making the gun a single shot rifle. So, and these are also using a magazine pattern that is supposed to be like for the 308s, it'd be like the DPMS or the MR25 or SR25 mags. That's what they are, SR25 mags. The 308 pattern for the 6.5 Creedmoor or the 308, or any of those, what in the old speak used to be short action. That's how I was taught about these bolt action terms. A short action to me was anything in a 308 size. A long action or a big ring would be anything for like 0.6 size. And then magnums were in a class all their own. And anyway, that's just how I was taught that. I don't know if that's actually really a thing, but I've heard that those parlances thrown around before. What gets me so hyped up about this is if they start offering barrel calibers with the chambers that are in them, because that's what's part of this is makes this so neat and so doable, because you're going to have a way to set it and within a margin of error be idiot proof. Otherwise they wouldn't offer this to the public. But what's interesting to me about it is if they did something with like Wildcats. There's some of those 6mm cartridges I'd like to play with a little bit. I really wouldn't mind a 6.5 Grendel and a bolt action rifle, especially if SIG starts hopping up cartridges and calibers. That 6.5 and that 6.8 SPC are screaming for SIG to jump on those, and those would be an interesting actual hunting rifle. But it would also be a very interesting precision rifle, because you would be getting pretty damn good ballistics out of a very, very minimal powder charge with a very good bullet profile and ballistic coefficient. All the little checky boxes you want for a decent round for long distance shooting would be checked, because that's where everybody in the precision world right now is going, is with the 6.5. I don't always agree with that. That's because I'm not a huge fan of the 6.5, because they're either really, really light bullets or really, really heavy bullets. And I kind of like having a range of bullets. I'm one of those old-fashioned dudes that likes the 30 calibers for that reason. It's one of the reasons why I like the 6.8 or the over the 6.5, is because it's using a 270 bullet. So that means I can get down to a 90 grain. And they're getting harder and harder to find, but you can find 270 bullets in a 90 grain made for varminting. In that 6.8, that's a very attractive round bullet, that is, for that cartridge, at least for me to play with. I think if I hunted with it, it would be like 120 or 115 grain 6.8 bullet or 270 bullet. That's the other thing that's weird, is that you're now finding weird grain weights in the 270 bullets because of the 6.8. But I digress. To have a chassis, a uniform chassis, that you could build a bolt action rifle to your needs, to either hunt, to be a precision rifle, or for whatever you want, to tune it the way you would like it. And of course, it comes from Aero Precision. I can't speak highly enough of their stuff. A lot of their stuff, you get what you pay for with Aero. There's a lot of R&D, there's a lot of customer feedback that goes back into their products. I cannot wait for them to release this to the general public. This was February 15th of this year, where I found this article from. It's way in the knowledge center of Aero Precision, but where I first saw this was on a YouTube video where they were talking about this chassis being shown off at SHOT Show 2022. Well, let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe, be great, and rumble.